Good morning. Today is Friday, February the 11th, and I hope and wish all of you well. I hope and pray you'll subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to do a little something different, something kind of heavy on my mind. God has got me to think about the Holy Spirit, and I hope I don't scare you, but I want to talk about demonology. And I want to talk about demonology because our world is a place of light and dark. And a lot of people don't understand that we live in a metaphysical world, which means if you plant a seed, it's going to grow, whether good or bad. And that's just the way it is. It's the earth herself that's abundant and fertile, and it even says in the Bible, she doesn't just feed the good, she feeds good and evil. So whatever is planted on this planet grows. And so we know that there is good and evil. So evil, though, has kind of stepped out of its bounds, if you think about it. You know, it's one thing in a world to have a contrast of dark and light, to create this little fire, the synchronicity, the action, and so between the male and the female, according to spirituality, if we start looking at it, the male is considered dark and the feminine is considered light. Or actually, though, they get that twisted up, and if the male is the sun and the feminine is the moon, then what we're saying now is that the dark and the light are all around us, depending upon the contrast of the sun or the contrast of the moon. So many ways and formulas, and our horoscope is set up to where it brings different energies and different formulas to us because the wheel is always turning. This way things don't get stagnant and the world is continuously changing. So now the earth being abundant like she is and very fertile, all seeds planted grow. So if we plant good seeds, good thoughts, love, peace, the garden, in the Bible, all we talk about is the garden. What they're saying is this whole planet is a garden. And so seeds that we plant, corn, beans, stuff like this, it grows. A sperm seed planted in our tummy, it grows. Just that little tiny thing, and we grow, and we literally are a garden ourselves. We grow. We grow babies, we grow children, we grow ideas, we grow love, we grow emotionally, which is water, an element. We grow mentally, which is air, an element. We grow in our bodies by respecting it and such as that. And that's the earth element. And then we grow in inspiration, which is fire. Okay, right now I'm being inspired by fire to talk to you about this thing. So now I want to talk about demons and how they're created and born. And this isn't going to be very happy for everybody, but what I'm going to do now is get the cards so that we can confirm and what I'm saying and the right card become now. So demons. Demons are born from blood. A drop of blood hit the earth in violence, and there's a spirit that'll be formed from that because blood is a seed. It's a DNA. It's a seed. So all violence creates demons. Rape, murder, sabotage, taking advantage of the underlings, those that don't know better, and such like that. So demon, now what do we got here? We've got a spirit that has grown up, and when we say spirit, we're talking something that's in the netherworld. It was born from blood, without a body, so it'll be born into the netherworld to come into this world. So all violence and blood that hits the ground in this world, and even Jesus said it, when his blood hits the ground, you know, more of him will be created. And what I'm trying to tell you is that if we want to live in a better world and a better earth, we need to not think so much of violence anymore, such as war. You know, everybody's where they're at and living where they are, and there ain't nothing left to take over. Somebody has it already. It's just like the myth of coming to America and discovering America, but they couldn't have discovered it because people were already here. They didn't discover it. But this isn't about discovery. This is about the creation of demons and how they are formed on this planet. Now, they come through portals too. The Ouija board is a portal. They come through ritual. People can do them through ritual too. Certain rituals will bring them through according to what they have in their head, especially demons who have been put on the other side and aren't supposed to be over here. They can come through ritual. Now, the worst thing of all is light and dark. There's supposed to be darkness. There's supposed to be troubles. There's supposed to be anxieties. There's supposed to be things because these things make us strong. But when you got demons attacking children through sex, you know, taking away their innocence before they have a chance to grow up, which absolutely will turn them into something, a narcissist or something like that. These children who've been abused, narcissist isn't born, a narcissist is created. Now, myself, I think everybody should know about demons and bad energy because, well, it's everywhere. And we know the earth that we live on is not the same earth that our grandparents lived in. We know the places and the things we did as children. We can't trust our children to go out and be doing those things. It's dangerous. We have to watch them very carefully. There's things going on. The underlying current of that is demonology and black magic. Now, why does God say pray and be happy and do these things? Because when you pray and you're happy and you're doing these things, you are lifting your energy up to a level that is inaccessible to lower level life forms or spirits that are on the earth. You're lifting yourself up to higher spirits, to angels, to the loved ones that's passed on, to your ancestors. But a lot of people get hurt along the way. And in that hurt, they hurt others. And sexual abuse is the most hurt you can really get because it takes away your childhood innocence. It actually almost stops a connection between you and God. It's worse than anything that could be done to anyone. To be raped as a little child and have that innocence taken away. And to heal and go back to that child that you used to be. I got victory here, which means what I'm telling you is true. This is Jupiter and Capricorn expansion. You know, when demons are born or bad spirits are born on this earth, even if they're in the other realm, they can still see us. And they can reach out to our children. And they do. Because children are easy to get to. So what I'm asking is watch over your children. But one of the main things we got to do is start from the beginning, which is war and violence and predatory behaviors. The world is only going to change if we work on changing it ourselves. There's victory in waking up and understanding that the spiritual world and the material world are side by side. And the spiritual world greatly influences our material world. And if we don't realize that the spirits on the other side can reach out to others who are sick and hurt to hurt those who are, meant for greater things. And it's always, it seems like the best of the best are the ones that really do get hurt, because it stops them from bringing the great goodness of God to the earth, the works, the talk. It's all about the works. I'm going to draw a card on that. I say it's all about the works. I say it's about opening our eyes. It's not hard. And opening our ears so that we can understand that we live in this metaphysical experimental world. And yes, when we do well, we have guardians and such as this. And then we in turn become guardians over others because we've learned these ways. We've mastered the material world, which is our bodies. We know that we need to be respected. We've mastered air, which is our minds, and we know we need to think clearly and speak the truth because it matters. We've mastered our hearts, which is water. We open them up to love, and we don't judge. We understand that there's an underlying layer of substance that is the cause and effect. Water and fire, inspiration. We use it to inspire others to tell the truth, to open up without shame, to let people know what we ourselves have been through and understand, to bring word. I'm bringing you word from the mother, the empress. I'm talking to you straight. I'm not trying to hide behind anything. No makeup, no fancy. I just want you to know there's an underlying substrata. And if you believe in the Bible and you read anything, you know that all things become in the spiritual world first before they hit the material world. So whatever affects the spiritual world affects the material world. Correct? We've heard this. I'm speaking to you like a mother right now, trying to teach her children that I love you and I understand these things because God has taken me there to show me these things, to bring word back to you so that the people know and understand the underlying effect that is coming into this world, the essence of dark and light. Be light. Be truthful. Protect yourself. And know that you're a sacred being. And know your children are sacred beings. And hold back the darkness. As we work to cleanse this earth and bring heaven to earth, we have to recognize the things that kept heaven away. You can't have heaven if you don't understand how to get heaven. And heaven comes from clearing out the dark spirits that have been born through violence, that have been born through rape, that have been born through war, that have been born through hate, that have been born through hoarding, that have been born through all, everything that has went against God. And the truth was, in the beginning, all was well. And then there was a new beginning in the beginning, and all wasn't so well. So we come to the fact after diving deep in that this could have been an experiment. I mean, come on. Don't let people hide things from you. This earth has been here for a long time, and many different lives and humanoids have been on this earth. Giants, tiny people. They have experimented with many, many different life forms. And, okay, we'll draw a card on that. Have the higher up, I will not call them gods, I will call them aliens, have they not experimented with different life forms? Queen of Pentacles, Mother Earth. Indeed, indeed. Indeed, indeed. Nurturing. Let me get these other cards that I dropped. Wands and Ace. Okay, so I dropped these first and this one left in my hand, so I'm going to take this. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. That's a seed. What was I just telling you? They had planted this earth. It was an experiment. We have been planted here. We're not actually all from here. Some of us are definitely aliens, but we have been planted here. And then we were given a choice in the beginning and in the beginning. So we had two choices. We had the choice of the God in the beginning who had his beloved garden and created everything. And then we had that other choice of one who came down and gave us different choices. Okay? So at first we only had one choice, then we had two. And darkness, devilish things was a lot easier sometimes than it was to stand upright. And, got to stand upright. Look, standing upright, and she's holding the world. She's telling you about two different things. This is me bringing the message to you. Of seeds that came out of heaven, two different kinds, good and evil. And it's up to us to choose how to plant this planet, right? And we want to plant this planet with mother love. You don't send your children to die, to war. You don't coax them to do things that will hurt others. We've got to stop the violence. We've got to begin to go back to our roots of love. See how she's holding her pentacle? This means she loves herself. I love me. I love myself because God created me. And God showed me why he created me, as God created you and wants to show you as well. God showed me because I believed. I was simple. I believed just with all my heart and soul. I believed. And so God showed me all those things. Of course, I've been seeing them since I was a baby, so it was no surprise to me. The ghosts, the dead, the ancestors hung around my crib when I was little. I was talking by the time I was a year old, my mom said, to the people that were around me. She said she never knew who I was talking to, but I could talk all day long. I was talking to my ancestors. I was talking to God. I was talking to the spirit world. I remember coming here from the universe and the stars to stand for Mother Earth, to say that she deserves better than have murder and rape and these things seeded upon this planet. It's our choice. We can choose what we want. And as women and mothers, we need to stand up in our truth and say, hey, no more. No more destruction, no more building up of the demons who feed and are born from blood. It's occult works. It's dark magic. When we look at Jesus, when I think of Jesus and I talk to Jesus, it was wonderful. He taught me so much. But the blood was not. That was demonic. To spill a man's blood, to torture him in front of us like that. Yeah, I saw it. I was there. The blood fell all over me. I screamed. I was not joyful. It was not a happy moment. It was sad. It was horrifying. And it fell all over me and the earth. It fell all over us. And I felt it. And it wasn't good. It was dark. It was horrifying. I screamed and cried. No, no, no. It wasn't a glorious moment. It wasn't glorious at all. And neither are all those men who die in war and women who die in war, who are dying and killing others. It's not glorious. I'm just going to take it from the top. King of Swords, God's truth. God's truth. It's not a glorious thing to kill another human, sentient being. You're stealing from God. You're actually stealing. You can never repay that back. That sins on your children if they've killed or if they've run into war and been killed. Who's going to speak up? Who's going to say no? No. They're just demons. You can stand up to them. I'm talking about the people that put these thoughts in your head. I'm talking about the low-level creatures that rule and run our earth, who think they should have and others shouldn't. It's time we awaken to the truth that there is a creation, and it's right here where we are, and it's up to us to create our world. And if we're going along with low-level situations such as fighting over presidency, fighting over resources, fighting over all these things when there is plenty and Mother Earth has given to us all. But there is no reason to take more than you can use in a lifetime. So therefore, there's enough for everybody to have a good life and not be stressed out and not have to feel like they need to fight for resources or be made to think they need to fight for resources. Demonology. I've seen them. I've seen demons. I eat them. They fortify me and my godhood because I work for God. And in order for me to conquer those, I have to know in my heart that I am a child of God. A cog. You know what a cog does? It moves the clock. A clock is full of cogs. And we ain't had enough demon fighters here on this planet. It's been kept under cover. What's a demon? A low-level energy. An abortion, unfortunately. That was created by our leadership who sends us to war, teaches us violence. How to be the dumbest asses we can be in school, like math and knowing how to put a sentence together is going to get us far, when really we need to know how to get along with one another. And we need to be taught about sex education. And I've thought about it. We need about a class. Every school should have a class with 6 different teachers from 6 different locations that are in there to give every child a safe zone to talk about sex. Where do children get the opportunity to come up and talk about how they've been taken advantage of? In my experiences, I myself was protected by God and the angels. I was hidden away from these things. And I thank God for it. And not everybody I know was. There are people in my family, my own children were taken from me because I was an unfit mother and put in with pedophiles. Yeah, the state did that. I was an unfit mother because I was poor and uneducated, so they took my children. They also came back and took my grandchildren. Yeah, it was tough. But we'll speak on that another time because that's another devastating effect that the government, the dark source, has had upon us. That I want to get back to war and teaching our children to love one another and how to talk out about sex, because it's very important. Because, our narcissistic abuse that we have in the world today could be a cause of horrible sexual abuse. And not just horrible sexual abuse, but let's say a Ouija board sexual abuse. I know someone that went through that. And I'm sad for them. I'm sad for anybody that's going to these things and that all they see is the material world and they don't see the metaphysical alongside it, how it affects us, how the elements affect us, and how we must be strong in our elemental form to fight back, to be grounded. Oh yeah, that's one thing I wanted to also tell you. They're not grounded. Spirits and demons are not grounded. Therefore, you have the power over them once you get grounded. Once you're grounded, you can cast out a demon or spirit, send it to the river of life, to the tree of life, the universal tree of life, to be reshaped and reformed. You can't kill energy. You can only be powerful enough to move it. Celebration. Well, first, the choice is yours. You can choose to believe or you can choose not to believe. But if you do believe, that's Mercury in Cancer. This is Mother, and this is the winged angel, and he's showing them. They're talking to those ladies, and they're having a celebration because they know what they're hearing is true. Okay, please subscribe to my channel. You know, I've been going through this my whole life. Like I said, the angels were talking to me in my crib. My grandmother was holding my hand after she passed away. I got led out to the tree when I was 3 years old and devoted to God at 3. I remember I did it myself. I pointed my little flashlight up in the sky and I said, I'm looking for you. Look at me. Look at me. I remember doing it. I remember saying, hey, I need help. I need you down here. I'm not ashamed. 2 of Cups, love. Love between me and God. It's a star. I love you too, and I'm here because I love you. I'm here to tell you the truth about what goes on behind the scenes. I pray you like and subscribe to my channel. I hope I was able to help you. I'll be putting out another video later on. God bless you all. Do not be afraid. They're not grounded. They're just spirits. You can blow them away, but they won't stay away long. You have to ground yourself, and you got to send them back to the tree of life, that they can be reformed and brought back or taken to another place and time. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all, and walk in peace and love. Ground yourself and know that you are powerful because you are grounded. Grounded is the only way you can find your power. I love you. Bye-bye.